So the inspiration for the little 3D watercolor pumpkin came from the little pumpkin that we made last year in class. So if you see if I'm taking the shape from the side view, and that's what this is. I'm not taking it from the top. And then, so I just kind of sketched this like kidney bean shape kind of thing. And then in order to get them to match up, like these aren't even, so when I cut it out, even though it seemed even, it wasn't exact. So then I took the side that I liked the best, which was this side here, and then took a piece of paper and folded it over and traced it. And then that made my mold, not my mold. Listen, I'm so used to clay, it made my mold. So it made the little template. So we're going to cut out a whole bunch of these. So I have a really large, I think it's like a 20 by 16 inch piece of watercolor paper. You don't have to buy it in a pad that big. You can buy a small little pad of it. You can use the kids version, the Canson XL. It's got a blue cover on it. It's pretty decent. This is just what I happen to have laying around that I could use a whole bunch of them. So I'm literally going to trace all of these out, make a whole bunch, and then I'm going to crease them and fold them. And I'm going to, on the interior of the crease, use watercolor and paint that orange. And then you'll see at each step it'll make sense. So I'm going to do this step by step and kind of cut out a little bit so it'll make the video a little bit quicker. All right, so I'm going to trace all these and I'll come right back. So one little quick tip is the college ruled paper is really thin, so to try to trace it out makes it a little difficult. So I went ahead and cut one out of the watercolor paper as the template, and it's making it a lot faster, so I can just kind of zip around it. For all of you folks out there that are Cricut folks or Silhouette, you could easily have your Cricut cut this little shape out and then just fold these all by hand and cut them out, and or have them cut out by the Cricut and then do everything else by hand. So I'm just going to keep on going until my paper is completely full, and then I'm going to come back and cut them all out. Once I have all that done, then we'll start the next step. Alrighty, so I have cut all of those little pieces out by hand. They look like little kidney bean deck of cards, right? So essentially I'm only going to paint one side, which is going to be the interior, and then I'm going to paint the interior on this and glue these all together until they start to form a little round shape. So I'm going to go ahead and open this out. I'm going to paint them all before I fold them, but I just kind of wanted to show you what was going to happen. Okay, so I finished all of these, and I picked out the ones that I like the most that have like this really cool design. Some of these over here just kind of got a little blurred together, but that's fine. Another thing, if you have metallic watercolors, you can add a little bit of fun with these watercolors. They're pretty cool. They really do add some shimmer, and you kind of, I don't know if you can see it very well, but it can really look pretty pretty sweet. So I might go back after the fact maybe and regret that I didn't put the glitter on all of them. But we're just going to go ahead and make this just like a little bit of a plain pumpkin. Maybe the next one I'll add a little glitter flare. It's nice that it's shimmer without being actual glitter. All right, so we're gonna move that out to the side. So I'm gonna start to fold these, and I cut one piece in half that I did not like. And I'm gonna lay that on top, and I'm gonna lay it on the side that I like, because we want, the color is gonna fold up, and that's what we're gonna see. So I'm gonna lay that down, and there's a little cork, but I want it to be really flat to the piece. So I'm going to lay that there, and then I'm going to be able to bring this up and then fold it over. So that way I get a really easy crease. When you just kind of fold it over this way, you can kind of tell that because that cardboard is so thick, it buckles even further out. So you can see it gets it almost like little wrinkles. This makes it a nice, good, clean fold. And that's what we want to do with all of our pieces. All right, so I'm going to do this to all of these, and then I will come back and show you the next step. So for this next step, I took two of the pieces that were folded over, and I put the folded edge together, put glue stick on top, and then where the glue stick edges, I folded it up together. And I just did all 2 by 2, 2 by 2, going through the entire stack that I'd done. And in the beginning of the video, I said I pulled the ones that I liked and I left some off to the side. I went ahead and chose to fold and glue all of them together to make a fuller pumpkin. At first, I could have used just the ones that I liked, but it didn't completely go all the way around and make a pumpkin that I liked. It looked kind of scant. So I went ahead and used everything. And you can see I'm taking two of the pieces that I had previously glued together and then gluing those together. See how it just keeps coming back? There's two pieces together. And then once those dried, and then I got another stack, glued the top, put the two tops together, and sat it off to the side. And I just did this with all the pieces until I ran out. And you'll have one solid piece left. And then just kept continuing. So did it one more time, put them 2 by 2 side by side, just glued the tops and pushed them together. See, I could have stopped there, but I felt like that was very empty of a pumpkin. So I just kept going and going. And the sandwich stacks gets bigger and bigger. And there's the last stack all together. And it comes back around to the beginning, just like when you make a little round slinky. And then that last spot, I'm going to glue those two spaces together and pull it around. And there's the bottom of our little pumpkin. Now that we have everything glued together, you can see it comes together pretty quick. You just glue each side together. It's like a cute little pick. You can come back in and see some of the spots that missed some of the orange. So maybe you should do both sides. You know, you kind of like learn. Every time you do something and the more you do it, the better you do it. I'm going to let the glue set up. I don't want to put more watercolor on this while there's still some wet glue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back in and I will touch up the spots that I feel need a little bit more color. like on these little cracks, just kind of hide them. You can come back in if you want, now that they're together, and kind of um, make them look a little bit more unique so they're not the same. If you do come back in and do something like that so they're not all perfectly uniform, if you want that natural looking shape, you definitely will have to come back in and touch up that edge. So I'm going to let this dry, and when we come back, then we'll touch up some stuff, and then we'll add a little stem. All right, so let's let this dry and we'll come on back. And then I just went out in the yard and found a stick that was about the same size as the hole. And we have a cute little pumpkin for our table. So from the top you can't really see, but if I turn it to the side, you can see what kind of a cute little pumpkin that would be. So cute. There we go. Nice little pumpkin. Different colors. And here's one with the shimmer, so maybe I should have put some shimmer on it. It's not always too late. Who knows? Before the holidays get here, it might actually have some little shimmer to it. All right. Well, I hope you guys have a wonderful time. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.